Hello, I'm Kyle Sutherland, and my GLP partner's name is Daryl Shankplang. He's from India and is a current student here at MSU. I decided to select him as my partner because he's a friend of my friend's, and he can speak both English and Hindi, which is the main Indian language. Because he's able to speak clear English, it is very easy for me to communicate with him, allowing us to text and set up meeting dates with ease. The location of our meeting place was at a restaurant called Tabbouleh, which is a Mediterranean restaurant in East Lansing. The meeting took place on a Tuesday night, right before Thanksgiving, because Daryl and I were one of the few people left in East Lansing, because I had class the next day, and his flight didn't take off till Wednesday either. Daryl's flight didn't leave until Wednesday afternoon, so we had some time to kill. I allowed Daryl to pick where we ate because I wanted to get a glimpse of what different kinds of foods his culture offered and what he would normally eat if he were in India. My feelings before the event were nothing but excitement to see the different kinds of foods they ate, along with just being thrilled to eat because I was hungry. Although one thing I was worried about before the event was if I was going to like the kind of food he was going to order me. I had a fear that if I didn't like or wasn't able to eat the food that he got me, then it would hurt his feelings and make him feel uncomfortable. During the event, Daryl was pretty excited to see and show me the different complexity of Mediterranean food as well as eat it. Once we got to Tabbouleh, Daryl had the biggest smile on his face, and I could tell that he was looking forward to this moment for the whole day. We walked up to the register and he ordered 2 chicken kebab bowls with rice and potato. He said that chicken kebabs were his favorite, and his family would eat them all the time as a kid. Then we got a bunch of toppings on the bowls, such as pickles, cucumbers, lettuce, etc. But honestly, after the order was done, I was looking at the plate, and it looked super appetizing to me. The only thing that threw me off was that he got me pink turnips. I've never had them before, and I didn't even know that they existed. So at first glance, they were quite scary to me. I wasn't sure if I was going to like them or not. Thankfully, that was the only thing in my bowl that I was worried about. We then went to sit down to eat, and all around the food was very good. The pink turnips were not my favorite, but when I meshed them together with other foods, you could barely taste them, so it wasn't too bad. I glanced across the table and I saw half of Daryl's meal gone within 2 minutes, showing that he absolutely craves this kind of food. My behavior didn't shift too much during the event. I just wanted to try and make Daryl feel comfortable sharing his culture and food around me, so that he would hold nothing back. This event wasn't too out of the ordinary, as we just went to get Indian food, but it would have been super nice to have gone and had dinner with Daryl and his family to see different kinds of traditions and cultures that they do compared to American people. A small insight that occurred to me was that Daryl's food culture is not very different from mine. I asked him what they usually make and do for dinner, and he said that his mom and dad usually make a main course with some kind of meat, along with a couple sides that go along with it. That sounds very similar to the kind of dinner that my family would have. He also said that they would say prayers and grace before eating, and we'll all sit at the dinner table until everyone got their meal. More of a polite thing to do. Once again, this is pretty similar to what my family does, although I definitely think that his family is much more religious than mine, as most families are in India. After the meal was done, I asked Daryl how it was, and he said that it was just as good as he expected it to be. I then told him that my meal was very good as well, and it put a big smile on his face. An insight that I had was that cultures around the world all have things in common. You just need to find what it is and explore it. In this situation, the family traditions before eating may have been different, but the food setup was the same. So in the end, everyone is only human, and we all have a lot more in common than many think.